Did you know that the richest person in history wasn't a tech billionaire, oil tycoon, or Wall Street genius? His name was Mansa Musa, and he ruled the Malian Empire in the 14th century. Today, we're diving deep into the life of the man so wealthy that his spending habits are said to have temporarily crashed the economies of entire cities. Stick around to learn how Mansa Musa became not just a king, but a legend whose wealth and legacy continue to fascinate the world centuries later. Mansa Musa was born in 1280 in what is now modern-day Mali in West Africa. He became the 10th emperor of the Mali Empire in 1312, taking over from his predecessor, Mansa Abu Bakr II. As a ruler, Mansa Musa held enormous power, but he's most famous for his unimaginable wealth, thanks to his empire's vast gold reserves. And we're talking serious gold here. At one point, Mali was responsible for over half of the world's gold production. To put things into perspective, historians estimate Mansa Musa's net worth in today's dollars to be around $400 billion. That's more than Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Warren Buffett combined. And yet, his life was about more than just his wealth. One of the most famous stories about Mansa Musa is his pilgrimage to Mecca, known as the Hajj, which he undertook in 1324. It was not only a spiritual journey, but also a political and economic spectacle. Musa's caravan included tens of thousands of soldiers, servants, and camels. Some accounts even say he traveled with around 60,000 people. He didn't travel light either. Each camel was loaded with gold, and it said he gave away so much gold along the way that he single-handedly caused inflation in the regions he passed through. Cairo, for example, saw the value of gold drop for over a decade because of his generosity. Imagine this. You're a merchant in Cairo, and one day, this West African king rolls through and hands out so much gold that your wealth's value drops. It was an unprecedented event, and people talked about it for years. Stories of Mansa Musa's journey spread all the way to Europe, making him one of the most famous African kings of all time. Beyond his wealth, Mansa Musa's reign was transformative for the Mali Empire. He invested heavily in education, architecture, and culture, especially in the city of Timbuktu. Under his leadership, Timbuktu became a major center of learning and Islamic scholarship. Musa established libraries, universities, and mosques, drawing scholars from all over the Islamic world. The most famous of these buildings, the Jingareber Mosque, still stands today, a testament to Mansa Musa's legacy. He also encouraged trade with other regions, bringing in goods, ideas, and people from North Africa and the Middle East, further boosting Mali's cultural and economic influence. In a way, Mansa Musa was responsible for making Mali one of the most advanced and prosperous civilizations of its time. The story of Mansa Musa lives on today. His wealth and generosity are legendary, but his impact goes much deeper. He transformed Mali into a global center of trade, knowledge, and culture. Timbuktu, often referred to as the City of Gold, became a symbol of African prosperity and scholarship. European cartographers were so intrigued by stories of Mansa Musa that they started including him on maps, depicting him as a king holding a gold nugget, symbolizing West Africa's wealth. His reign reminds us of the rich history of African empires, a history too often overlooked in the mainstream. So, what lessons can we draw from Mansa Musa's story? First, he shows us the importance of using wealth for the greater good. While he was unimaginably wealthy, Musa invested in education, infrastructure, and religion. He wasn't just concerned with his riches, he wanted to create a legacy that would last. Secondly, his life is a reminder that Africa was home to powerful, sophisticated empires with impressive wealth and culture long before European colonization. It's a piece of world history that deserves to be celebrated and remembered. And that's the story of Mansa Musa, the richest man who ever lived. His journey to Mecca, his transformative leadership, and his legendary wealth continue to inspire and intrigue people around the world. If you enjoyed learning about Mansa Musa, Make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell for more stories from history that'll blow your mind. Thanks for stopping by Timely Tales. Let's dive into history one story at a time.